Here with Fitch coach Mike Ellis. You moved to 2-0. You certainly didn't make it easy tonight. It was a struggle all the way. Talk about the message at halftime with your team not yet on the scoreboard and then having to overcome an early deficit.
Well, the message at halftime was really this. It's time to step up. I mean, we had guys, we should have been really moving the ball offensively, just like we did on the second drive of the game. We weren't doing it. Guys were missing blocks. They were sneaking into our backfield. And the message was, listen, it's time to get going. It's time to toughen up. It's time to go out there and make some plays. And it took us a little while to get cranking. I hoped it would work a little sooner than that, but we eventually got it.
Well, your sophomore quarterback certainly showed some of that toughness on the first touchdown run. Very difficult to tackle. He broke through plays. He completed one pass all night. What a call it was. Talk a little bit about what you saw on that touchdown pass that ended up being the game winner.
Well, the thing that we saw is that we saw in certain formation their safeties start to creep up. And then Aiden Greaves said to me, he goes, Coach, I've got him on the post. So what we did is we made sure we protected Ben's backside. We ran it to Aiden's side, but what happened? They jumped the post, and Malachi wheeled up the sideline. Ben made a very good read, hit Malachi, and then Malachi just made an athletic play to stay up and get himself in the end zone. Huge play.
You know, at the end of the night, your defense over 2 weeks has played very solid. You pressured Roddy Pratts all night long, made it really difficult. Had some leaks a little bit in the secondary, but you guys seem to shore up. What do you see from that defense, and what do you need to get better at?
The defense is a very cohesive unit, and they fit very well together. And you saw on that, most times we're able to shut them down. They came out and they started to run the power read a little bit. They got the toss sweep. The quarterback kept the ball, but then we were able to figure it out and stop them. The thing that we have to improve on there is really not the defense. It's the offense keeping the defense off the field. That's what we have to improve on.
Now, I'll be honest with you, Coach. I didn't think you gave yourself enough time to go the length of the field because your offense hadn't really shown any ability to sustain drives and big plays. But talk about Thomas Williams. I mean, when it counted, he had some really tough runs.
No, he did have some tough runs, and they were great runs. He broke some tackles. He gained some yardage. He kept getting north-south on the play. I think on one of those he got himself out of bounds to stop the clock on the play. So they were huge runs that he had. The thing that I felt comfortable with is that we still had 3 timeouts at that point in time. So even though the clock was running down, we had the timeouts. We weren't going to go to panic mode and start throwing the football. We completed one pass. You know what I mean? So we got to do what we got to do, and it ended up working out.
Well, I joked in the booth, were you guys playing with pizzazz? And I joke about it because I know exactly what you meant when you said that. Your team did not seem to have a lot of – it had a lot of start and stops. It didn't seem to have any momentum. Did the end of the game, you think, start to maybe build something for you guys moving forward?
I hope so. I think what happened at the beginning is they really had a great practice week. They were so nervous. You could see it. So nervous. Poor Ben Perry before the game. Couldn't even warm up. He's over in the woods. Who knows what he's doing out over there. And I think you were playing some young guys. They were nervous. It coming over to New London for us. I mean, Fitch hasn't won since 2012 over here. But I think they finally settled down, and when it was on the line, they stepped up. And they did that against St. Joe's in the scrimmage. They did it against Stonington. They did it against New London. They've done it 3 times in a row. So I have faith that no matter how hard it is, they're going to find a way to step up.
Well, I think Stonington and New London are going to end up being much better teams at the end of the season, and you guys took them down early in the season. Yeah. So, maybe this Fitch team getting its feet underneath it to be what you want it to be here later in the season.
No question, because I think when you look at us, from a defensive standpoint, we are there. It's the offense. If we can get the offense rolling, then I think we're going to be difficult. But we have to be able to keep the defense off the field, and the offense has to eat time up. They did a great job in the second quarter. We need the score. We need the score right there, and we didn't. And now it keeps them in the game. And but I think if that offense can go, we should be okay.
Always better to be 2-0, which is what the Falcons are right now. Tough to beat. Came into New London, like you said, won a game you haven't won in a long time. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much, Casey. Thank you.